have been fond of Jim Carrey's movies for a while now. But before I continue, please don't kill me for saying this, but I haven't seen Liar Liar, Ace Ventura, or The Mask yet. However, today we haven't gotten as many great Jim Carrey movies. Most of his success came back in the early and late 90s, and in the 2000s, he hasn't made that many memorable films, but Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is definitely an exception for that. However, I did hear that he was great in I Love You, Philip Morris, and that one's still on my watch list. This time he's taken on the lead role in Mr. Popper's Penguins, in which this is a very, very loose, contemporary adaptation of the famous children's book. In fact, I think if a true fan of the book ever wants to see the movie, they shouldn't, because I looked it up. There are so many differences between the book and the movie itself. Carrey plays a successful businessman who, of course, goes by the name of Tom Popper, and he doesn't really take the time to appreciate the beautiful things in life. And that's until he ends up receiving a package from his father, who just recently died, and what he leaves him is 6 Gen 2 penguins. So these penguins are going to help him enhance his life for a better way, and he's going to spend more time with his family and help reshape his life completely, so that way he's not going to be entirely focused on business all the time. The trailers for this film were just as mediocre as ever, and I was getting that feeling already when I walked into the film, and in the end, I gotta say that I was kinda right. It's a mediocre movie, but once again, Carrey's there to save it from being a complete disaster thanks to his great physical slapstick. Even though he's stuck with cliched sentimental scenes and has to embarrass himself a lot in this film, his physical slapstick, which has carried on his comedy career for a long time, really enhances the quality of this film and saves it from being a Razzie movie in every way possible. We don't usually get to see Jim Carrey in family films, but I think he'll appeal well to kids in this. The Penguins, though, I was not that fond of. Especially, there's one of them that goes by the name Stinky, and they carry on a running joke of that penguin throughout the film, where it just gets completely stupid, even after the first time it happens. You can really tell when they switched in between for all the penguins, whether they were CG or real, because it's very obvious. Carrey's really the funniest thing in this movie. Anything that really involves the penguins, it's used for sentimental purposes, and a lot of the comedy that involves it usually falls flat. The direction for this film is the run-of-the-mill kind that you've seen in most of these family movies, but what really bugs me about this movie is the writers behind it. Like, you got the writers behind She's Out of My League, Hot Tub Time Machine, and Sex Drive that wrote the script for this. And I don't know why, it just kind of baffles me to see these two guys switch from making R-rated raunchy frat house comedies and then suddenly writing a slapstick family film with a lot of jokes that you'd see in those kinds of films as well. I don't know, it just doesn't mix that well. Like, a lot of the jokes with the penguins are ones that very young kids are gonna laugh at, or even their parents as well who like to see their kids laugh. I also like Gregg playing the zookeeper trying to get the penguins in the film. It's cool to see that guy branching out to play the opposite side of the spectrum when he's not playing Agent Phil Coulson in the Avengers build-up films. So if you can put aside the usual stuff that you'll see out of this film, you'll enjoy some of it. I knew what I was gonna expect out of this movie, but I still mildly enjoyed it thanks to Jim Carrey's performance. I think I'll give this movie a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It has its moments, but otherwise, I'll forget it, and I probably won't see it again. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Mr. Popper's Penguins, and if you like this video, subscribe to my channel where you can check out more of my reviews and Blu-ray DVD updates too. Also follow me on Twitter, and follow my page on Facebook. So in the meantime, I'm Tyler from Critic Reviews, and I'll see you guys later.